Hi everyone, this is Mommy Chel and I'm so happy to welcome you to my very first Facebook class. Okay, so I'm very thankful for this kind of platform, yung social media na gagamitin natin, the Facebook. I'm sure na lahat tayo is always active when it comes to Facebook. So lately, I have devoted my time to enroll in some of online courses available because of Vival. So, the online courses that I have attended, more of it provided siya ng Vival. And I have earned enough confidence para mag-try, ma-reach out yung ating mga kids, yung mga pupils, especially grade 6 pupils out there. So, special mention ko yung mga grade 6 pupils in San Antonio Elementary School, Santo Tomas, Batangas, uh, DepEd Batangas Province. So, so, may mga nabuo ako na ideas that I learned from those seminars attended. So, to begin with this class, I can say na this is simple but it is going to be thematic. So, why? Kasi nasa ECQ tayo. And ano ang reason ng ECQ? That is because of that pandemic, the coronavirus. So, this is it. On the screen, ayan. So, we have there hashtag learn as one PH because of the Bibal group. And then we're going to we're going to theme this class using this compound and complex sentences in the midst of the crisis. So, how to learn both English and about the pandemic. So, on your screen or on our screen, there are types and kinds of sentences. So, I have used the competency, which came from the curriculum guide provided by the Department of Education, which is about the use of various types and kinds of sentences for effective communication of information and ideas. So, particularly compound complex sentences. And the code also is provided. So, let us have a short review about the four types of sentence structures. So, before we go on to the four types of sentence structures or those four circles around the big one, let us review what is a sentence structure. Very quick, what is sentence structure? It is a way how a sentence is arranged grammatically. So, including the pattern, the use of the subject, the verb, and the other parts of speech, figure of speech, and then the clauses as well. So again, we say that sentence structure is is how a sentence is arranged grammatically. And there are four types of sentence structures. Namely, the first one is simple sentence. The second one is the compound sentence. The third one is the complex sentence. And the fourth one is the compound complex sentence. From my previous class, nung wala pang ECQ, nung tuloy-tuloy pa yung schooling, na-discuss ko na to sa aking class in our school, in San Antonio Elementary School, sa grade 6 Jade at saka sa grade 6 Sapphire. So, I wish na we can review, we can learn again, and we can challenge ourselves again. So, again, we will going to focus this class about compound sentence and complex sentence. So, this is our big question for this class. So, how can we use these types of sentences effectively for communication of information or ideas? So, lately, yesterday, nag-compose ako ng text. This is my original text composition. And then, nag-decide ako to give this text a title. And then, ayan, on the screen, Epic Epidemic. And chinus ko yung virus. yung image ng virus para mas matandaan natin, mas maging meaningful. So, I hope you can read with me, and then later on, as we go with this class, we will try to discuss and I will try to explain more about compound and complex sentence. But we're going to use this text that I have composed yesterday. So to be able for us to make this compound and complex sentence meaningful in a way on how we can be able to communicate information or ideas effectively. So let's begin this text, reading the text. Okay? Epic epidemic. Coronavirus is a blockbuster attack. The world is in pandemic and countries are in health crisis. Luzon is under enhanced community quarantine. So social distancing is important to be observed everywhere. During the quarantine days, people are expected to stay home. Washing hand is needed so we can prevent any spread of germs and viruses. Coronavirus spread is an epic, but it is epidemic. Many lives across the globe were killed, even richly powerful. Until the vaccine is not available, it is not safe out there. So, as you can see on the next slide, I have there the two kinds of sentences, beginning with the compound sentence, and then the next one is the complex sentence. So there is a sentence there is sentence there that was taken from the text that we read earlier. So in the compound sentence, we have there the world is in pandemic and countries are in health crisis. On the other hand, in complex sentence, we have there during the quarantine days, people are expected to stay home. So, how can we able to use these types of sentences to effectively communicate a certain ideas or information? So, I want you to think of something like the any we call this a factor in this class. So, I want you to look for the a factor. Right now, you can jot it down. You can get your paper and jot down something that you can be able to discover about the difference between these two kind or these two types of sentences. Okay, so something like, kaya pala siya compound. Kaya pala siya complex. Ano yung a factor that we can be able to discover? So, let's have it on. Ayan. So, compound sentence, there is a factor in a compound sentence because when there is a compound sentence, just like the example we have, the world is in pandemic and countries are in health crisis, we would be able to discover that, kaya pala siya compound sentence kasi we use the coordinating conjunctions. And the use of coordinating conjunctions, we can use the fun boys with the help of the fun boys. So, alam niyo ng mga grade 6 Jade at grade 6 Sapphire what stands for fun boys. Alam niyo yan, guys. You can shout it out sa comment below. And then, again, another a factor, kaya pala siya compound kasi it contains two independent clauses. So, yun yung ating a factors for the compound sentence. Ngayon, you will ask me, ano po yung independent clause? So, pag sinabi natin na independent clause, that is a sentence that expresses already a complete thought. So, it has a subject and a predicate. So, tatandaan natin, let's remember, don't forget, compound sentence contains two independent clauses. And then, on our example, the world is in pandemic and countries are in health crisis, you see there is the use of the fun boys and. So, the world is in pandemic. The world is the subject, is in pandemic is the predicate. So, it's a complete thought. It's independent clause. One independent clause already. Then, countries are in health crisis. Countries, our subject, are in health crisis, the predicate, another independent clause. So again, I will repeat, compound sentence, factor. Kaya pala siya compound sentence because there is the use of coordinating conjunctions and it contains two independent clauses. So, going to the next type of sentence, which is the complex sentence, using the example, during the quarantine days, people are expected to stay home. So, ano naman yung ating a factor doon? So, I hope may na-jot down din kayo. Same with me. So, a factor. Kaya pala siya complex sentence. Kasi, gumagamit naman dito ng subordinating conjunctions. And there are list of subordinating conjunctions na ini-include ko na dyan. At yung isa nga, from the example from the sentence, from the example sentence that we have, ang atin dyang subordinating conjunction is during. So, yun. And then, ano pa yung a factor natin pagdating sa complex sentence? This time naman, may dalawang clause na bumubuo sa kanya. Kaya lang, magkaibang clause siya. So, yung isang clause na yon is dependent clause and then the other one naman is the independent clause. So, alam nyo na, earlier, na-explain ko na kung ano yung independent clause. Complete ang kanyang thought, meron siyang subject at may predicate. Pag independent clause, kabaligtaran. So, hindi siya, it cannot stand alone, hindi kumpleto yung thought niya. At bitin kung babasahin mo siya. Just like that, during the quarantine days. Pag tinanggal mo siya sa sentence na yan at inihiwalay mo siya, gawin mo siyang simple sentence, hindi mo siya pwede magawang simple sentence kasi bitin, kasi kulang. So that is the dependent clause. And then, another one there is people are expected to stay home. So, yun naman yung ating independent clause. Then, another thing that we can discover, which is another factor, kaya pala siya complex sentence. Kung mapapansin mo, doon sa sentence na during the quarantine days, comma, people are expected to stay home. So, gumamit naman tayo ngayon ng comma. So, again, so that's the differences between the compound and complex sentence. And these are the factors for the compound, the use of coordinating conjunction using fanboys, and it contains two independent clauses. While in complex sentence factors, we have the use of subordinating conjunctions, just like as, since, after, until, during, and even. So marami pang list of subordinating conjunction na I hope na matakal natin sa mga susunod na class na maipoprovide natin. So, meron siyang one dependent clause and one independent clause, and don't forget yung comma. So, let's try this. So, identify if the sentence is compound or complex. So, I will just give you 1 minute for this. Okay, the first one, I want you to get ready with your ball pen and then your paper so you can answer it. Your time starts now. So as I read, Luzon is under enhanced community quarantine, so social distancing is important to be observed everywhere. Number 2, washing hand is needed so we can prevent any spread of germs and viruses. Number 3, coronavirus spread is an epic but it is epidemic. Number 4, many lives across the globe were killed, even richly powerful. Number 5, until the vaccine is not available, it is not safe out there. Okay, you can have your time. You can have more time. Okay, so now, together, let's answer. You can check it. Be honest. Honest is the best policy. So, identify if the sentence is a compound or complex. So, number 1 is compound. So, why? Luzon is under enhanced community quarantine. So, social distancing is important to be observed everywhere. So, Luzon is under enhanced community quarantine. That is independent clause. So, there is fanboys or the coordinating conjunction. And then, social distancing is important to be observed everywhere. So, another independent clause. Number 2, compound again. So, why? Washing hand is needed. So, that is independent clause. So, that is our coordinating conjunction. We can prevent any spread of germs and viruses. That is another independent clause. For number 3, coronavirus spread is an epic but it is epidemic. That is compound. Why? Coronavirus spread is an epic. That is independent clause. So, we use but there as our coordinating conjunction. It is pandemic. That is another independent clause. Number 4, many lives across the globe were killed, even richly powerful. That one naman, that is complex. Why? So many lives across the globe were killed. That is one independent clause. Even richly powerful, that is our dependent clause. Sometimes complex sentence can be a complex sentence even without the comma, just like our example for number 4. Then, number 5, until the vaccine is not available, it is not safe out there. That is another complex sentence. So, until the vaccine is not available, comma, it is not safe out there. So, until the vaccine is not available, that is our dependent clause. It is not safe out there, that is our independent clause. That's why it is a complex sentence. So, I want you to remember this. Kids, mummies who are there. So, compound and complex sentences are very useful in effective communication of information and ideas in making meaningful sentence, statement, or even in writing composition, essay, or narrative. So, going back to the text that we use, I have composed that. Meron din kasi akong naisip din, kaya kinompose ko yon. So, possible din na magamit ko siya na example sa mga science news writing na possible na magkameron pa kapag naging normal na ang ating schooling. Ano? So, epic, epidemic. So, effectively, nagamit ko siya to be able to run this class. Ano? So, that is how useful it can be. If you can be able to identify, maja-justify mo ng ayos, mapipili mo ng ayos kung alin ang dapat na compound at alin ang dapat gamitan na complex sentences. At huwag kakalimutan na dapat arrange siya grammatically with the use of knowing, or you can be able to identify, to justify the difference between compound and complex sentence. So, I hope maraming natutunan so far. So, I want to have this application. So, i-challenge ko kayo ngayon na use the list of clauses below to make a creative advice to people to stay healthy and safe with compound and complex sentences. So, use the hashtag AOTD. So, that is advice of the day. Then, you can leave your advice in a comment section down below. So, these are the clauses that you can choose from. So, you can pause and then you can copy it. And then, you can compose it later. So, we have washing hands for 20 seconds, avoiding the virus, fruits and vegetables, reading and listening news, pray with the family, good sources of vitamin C, health is wealth. So, you're going to compose or make a creative advice to people using that clauses. And then you're going to compose it with compound and complex sentences. You're just going to use the hashtag AOTD advice of the day. Then, I will going to read and I will going to check, and then I will going to appreciate all your comments, all your advice of the day. Okay, so I hope this one will be meaningful for you to do. So let's proceed for another task. Okay, so that one naman is, let's make it a creative, epic art time. So during your quarantine days at home, from your advice of the day, di ba? You're going naman to design and make a slogan, then post that on your FB newsfeed or story. So you can also paste it on your gates if you want. So yung mga sa labas ng bahay nyo. So the people out there can also be reminded on how to do the ways it must be done to avoid the virus and stay healthy during the quarantine days. So, I hope na katulong tong class na to for us na ma-review, ma-enlighten, makapag-reflect din na regardless na may pandemic, we can be able to learn. So, I want to have this shout out. So, almost done na tayo. Ma'am Patrice for the review of the contents. Sir John Negrite, my husband, for the IT support. The Bibal Group, #LearnAsOnePH for the challenge that you have given us. To my San Antonio Elementary School, Santo Tomas North family, DepEd Batangas Province. Hello guys, stay safe. And then, kahit extended yung quarantine, I know that we can impart something for our learners. Okay? So please, if you want to email me, here is my email address, and I wish to be remembered as caring about people, about my pupils, generous, always dedicated to find time and knowledge to share learning, and with integrity to educate, to change life, and it may happen regardless of our title. My FB, Michelle Maloles Negrite. So thank you for these available links for the free worksheet. So you can screenshot it and then you can type it on your laptop, and then you will be directed to other worksheets about compound and complex sentences. So please share and comment down below the screenshot of your accomplished task. Don't forget, kids, to screenshot your accomplished task. So thank you for watching. So I hope now we can surpass everything right now. Just pray, believe as one. We heal as one, we learn as one, and we will finish this crisis with faith in God. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Tune in again for the next video that I am going to share to you. Bye-bye!